Hey guys, what's going on? Will here, Flawless Crested Geckos, coming to you guys with another video, and again, slam pack week. Hopefully after this weekend things will slow down just a little bit. All those watching, hopefully we see you guys at the All-American show up in Charlotte. Troy and Nick show up there. We're going to be vending that again this weekend. We have a good old time every time we vend that show. So super excited about that. We may do something special this Friday. If we can fit that in, we may show off some geckos that we're actually going to be taking to that show in a kind of bonus video, maybe Friday. I'll try to hold us to that. But this past week was insane. So we were able to fly Brian, Altitude Exotics, out here to South Carolina. So we brought him out here because we actually had actually it was kind of one of a kind piece that was a part of the exotic pet industry conference, EPIC. The EPIC.live event went very, very well. You guys can go over there and still check it out. But as it pertained to our part of it, our presentation kind of really was a blanketed, can kind of, how do I say, fit across all species. But it kind of really touched home for us when we were asked to do it because of the overall development. You know, we have two people in different areas of the United States completely that, you know, our relationship with Brian has grown over the years to at this point we're family. He previously flew out to our wedding when Audra and I got married, and we've been really, really close. As different as we are, we have a lot of similarities. I'm what you would call a low maintenance friend. You know, we can talk every other day, we can talk every weekend, and we cannot talk at all for 2-3 months. And the moment, you know, you pick up that phone or text, you know, we're right there like we were just talking yesterday. So I'm very, very low maintenance. I'm always have my priority list going, which kind of annoys Audra from time to time because I'm always looking. You guys know, if you've been watching, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. But you know, I'm always go, 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 much like these last 2 weeks. So it's been a blessing for us to be able to fly Brian out here, host him here at our home, bring him down to the vault, show him around, and, you know, to get his impression on things, you know, lighting, equipment, whatever it may be. And then to be able to sit down with your mentor and literally for the first time, there was no prep work, no anything, you know, as far as the questions and anything go. All we knew is that we were going to be talking on mentorship. So we sat down in front of the camera and did our thing that we do. We had a lot of fun. And we ended up getting a lot of questions afterwards. So that's kind of cool because we're going to kind of funnel out with some videos as far as the aftermath of some of the questions, which are good. Now, with the mentorship, it's very interesting because we do it ourselves with Patreon. So if you've been checking this out for a while, we run a Patreon. We're very, very helpful with all of our members, and we're trying to get them to go in whatever direction they want to go in full-fledged. You don't have to go full-time Crested Geckos. You don't even have to go business. You know, you can keep it as a hobby. So we'll, you know, it's not that we allow, it's whatever our Patreon members would like to do with their collection and their keeping. We could show them, hopefully, put our input and point them in the direction that they want to go in, which is how Brian came into the picture for us. Initially, we were just customers, you know, years ago. You guys have kind of heard the story, but in theory, you know, we sat down and thought about it. We never, you know, asked Brian, you know, hey, you want to be our mentor? That question like really never came up. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of completely transparent information as far as mentorship. If you get out there, and doesn't count just for Crested Geckos, but if you get out there and you're working with tarantulas, fish, whatever it may be, and you're a big fan of someone's work or of someone's productions, and you want to do something similar, it does not have to be the same thing. You know, Altitude and Flawless are two completely separate entities. They are two individual businesses owned by different parties. that being said, you know, we're in the same lane. We're in the same field. A lot of our customers end up being the same. That being said, we still refer customers back and forth. We refer customers to other people in our same industry, especially when we don't have what someone is looking for. We do see, we've told you guys this before, there should be competition, but there's a thing called healthy competition, because no matter how beautiful our geckos may be, no matter how great they may be, we're never going to be able to have every single gecko in the world that someone is looking for. It's not going to be possible. And as much as we look up to Brian, same thing. He's never going to be able to answer up to everybody's requests of what they're looking for. So there's always going to be a space, a corner in the industry, in the hobby, for that person that's looking to get in. We don't look to drive division amongst the community. We want to drive inclusion. We want to include everyone, no matter what level you want to be on. Some things are not, cut out for certain areas of it. And we try to, anything that's kind of a little rough around the edges, if we have knowledge of it, we want to help that person, you know, over those obstacles. A lot of things we put out as far as public speaking and, you know, presentation and how to go about doing your shows, how to go about monitoring and maintaining your inventory or your collection. We want to put it out there in hopes that you can take the good with the good, the bad with the bad. If it's something that you don't want to do, you don't have to. You can take whatever good information you have that hopefully that we can present out there and put it in your toolbox. It's all about loading up the toolbox. I say all that because that's the same exact way we approach things for years with Brian. Brian will be the first person to tell you he is horrible about responding to messages. Are you guys needing some assistance with your Crested Gecko breeding programs? Well, check out our Patreon. We've been running it here now for pretty much close to 2 years. Everyone's been extremely excited. We keep adding new perks every time you guys turn around. We give away Xanthics, we give away high whites, we give away lily whites. We actually upgraded this year to, we're giving away over 12 geckos every single year. That averages out to at least a gecko a month, and we've been doing over that. So you are not going to want to miss becoming a part of the Flawless Crested Geckos Patreon family. There's 2 tiers. There's a $50 tier and there's a $100 tier. You get all your funds back in the form of Flawless Crested Gecko savings account. You can take advantage of having 5% additional off by being a Patreon member, as well as having year-round free shipping. You guys are not going to want to miss this, so go head over to patreon.com/Flawless Crested Messages. For quite some time, it was just him answering all his messages, doing photos, doing everything. He will literally tell you he's horrible at responding to messages. And, you know, back then, years and years ago, we would message, you know, sometimes he would respond 3, 4, or 5 days later. And it's okay. You know, I can't make him respond as a customer, you know, and, you know, I just can't make anyone do anything. So I would patiently wait for a response, and either something would be available or it wouldn't, or he would point me in the right direction, but he would get back to me. After that, after years and years and years of buying, you know, several different things, because we bought from so many different people, and Brian being one of the people through his Altitude Exotics website, of having a consistent inventory being updated on his website and having a consistency of being sold out of certain things, you know, we started looking at that and putting together our own game plan on how we will present things. Now, I think you guys would all agree that anyone'sdirect.com, kind of the website based model has kind of died down. But for us, we've thrived with our .com. We wanted something to have somewhat of control over, something that hopefully couldn't be taken from us, you know, or hacked or whatever it may be. So that's why we continue with our .com. We got that model from Brian. Brian never told us, hey, you should do this, that, and the third. So I go off on that little tangent is because sometimes the people that you look up to and the people that you respect in the industry and the hobby, sometimes you also have to write down and take note of the things that aren't said, not just the things that, you know, you're being coached on, or things that, you know, may inspire you or someone puts out there to you, but you also got to look at, you know, the writing that's not on the wall. And hopefully you can make it your own at that point. So that's kind of what we do with every situation. We look at something, you know, we look at what's being said, what's out there in the market, and then what's not being said. And we look at someone's actions. What are they doing? How long they have been doing this? And how can we make this and possibly be effective for us? So through that, it built over the years, and we started talking about obviously things that's off base, nothing to do with any reptiles, and we've become friends over the years, and like I said, family at this point. And he's come out here before, like I said, for the wedding, but things were so chaotic during the wedding time. I think I told you guys some of the hilarious stuff our son Abel did with the bottle and blowing up his lips on the wedding day. It was the boy had to wear makeup. It was that bad, but we had a blast. Like I said, we hosted him. He was here for 4 days. He is going now back to Denver. Can't wait to get him back out here. We can't wait to go back out there. We have some more travel plans coming up, some more business plans coming up. If you guys missed it, we had a Palm Street with Brian. Brian hosted a Palm Street. We don't do Palm too much with the Geckos, but it was a non-issue. We jumped on obviously with Brian, and we had a phenomenal time. That's another example how one hand washes the other, how, you know, hey, you can help each other out in the same industry, in the same basis. We're going to be shipping out a ton of geckos because all the geckos are here. So we're going to be shipping out a ton of geckos. We also have a bunch of geckos being picked up in Charlotte, which is going to be interesting this weekend as well. Like I said, it does not slow down from here. It's going to continue rocking and rolling. We got huge plans. We're going to have a huge August that's coming up. We have a semi-vacation plan for you guys. Hopefully we'll be able to record it. And then we also have the SERE show, and then we also have the NRBE show down in Daytona, all in August, along with my birthday, guys. So getting to be an old man, but we can still do this thing. This event has been huge. I really would like you guys to go over to EPIC.live. They still have it listed. Register for it if you have not watched it. We haven't even watched all the different episodes. We're trying to, and there's a lot of information there that can help the community as a whole. It's really important to us that they asked us to do the mentorship part of it. They've literally, Craig at Bash Coder, who's the CEO of the entire event, awesome event. Love that he's a huge fan of us, has been watching these videos, watching our material, watching our Instagram. They love how we're trying to bring everyone in. Again, everyone is not going to like each other, guys. We understand that, you know, as much as we try, everyone's not going to like us. But we really try to do the right thing. We really try to hopefully leave that door open for people to approach us. And again, we want your experience with Flawless to be flawless. So that's how we want to continue to put our best foot forward, which this event helped us do that as well. Puts us out in front of people who aren't even in Crested Geckos, and look at our approach to how we do things, even when we're dealing with our mentor that's in the same lane that we're in, and everything just works flawlessly. We do foresee a lot more joint ventures going on. Again, we have separate entities, but we're going to be doing some very interesting things. We were brainstorming on different topics, on different things we can possibly do. That's the great thing about not having a yes person. Hey, he can come up with a concept, I can come up with a concept, and either one of us could be like, no, that's a no-go. But you need to figure out what you want to do in the industry, whether you want to be a keeper, whether you want to be a breeder, and how you want to approach that. Everything you do is not going to be a monetary gain, not going to be a monetary reward, and it shouldn't be that everything you do is going to be to seek that. Some things you're going to do out of the kindness of your heart. If you go back deep enough and see some of our videos, we've done tons of giveaways, a multitude of giveaways, and we got another giveaway coming up too. Hint, hint. And you got to have something to give back to a community that's giving you so much, if that means anything to you guys. But we love you guys. We hope to see you guys in Charlotte this weekend. Again, it will be a much needed relaxation after we return home. But until then, we're going to strive on and we're going to push hard. So see you guys this weekend. It's Will, Flawless Crested Geckos, and we out.